Welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime, where I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. We are on part 3 of the Tina Faelz case. As a reminder, topics may be triggering. Viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. The people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. Tina's mom Shirley got married for the third time in 2006 to Ron Orozco and never lost hope that her daughter would see justice one day. In 2008, on the 24th anniversary of Tina Faelz's deadly stabbing, Pleasanton Weekly ran a story about her case. The comments on the web edition of the article were wild and as follows. I'd like to see if any of her former classmates have a record. Another comment said, I was in her class. I thought it was a classmate who lived very close to where she was murdered. That guy was in trouble and a troublemaker and showed up to school drunk the day that it happened. One comment only provided a name, Steve Carlson. One of the students who found her body, Eric Velm, publicly accused Steve Carlson and included a story about him being locked out in the dumpster earlier that day and how he showed up drunk and hearing someone say, "You're such a loser. You couldn't get laid by that Tina Faelz girl." Stephen John Carlson was born on December 29, 1967 in Bakersfield, California to Sandy and John Carlson. He was the second of 4 children. The eldest was Tanya, then came Steve, and then twins Richard and Amy. They moved to Pleasanton in 1980 on Lemonwood Way. Steve could see the high school and the creek from his bedroom window. Their house was so close to Foothill High you could hear the bells from the house. Steve soon earned the nickname Creepy Carlson. He called a girl named Lorraine Venner a brown whore. He chased his sister's friend Lisa Weiland around the pool, butt naked. Rochelle Williams lived on Muirwood Drive, where she would find Creepy Carlson lingering outside her house, uninvited. Once, he went upstairs to where her sister was showering, ripped open the shower curtain, and refused to leave. Creepy Carlson's own sisters were not safe around him. He would hide in his older sister Tanya's room while she showered so that he could look at her when she came back from showering and watched her get dressed. He also molested his younger sister Amy. A Wells Middle School yearbook picture in 1983 has a picture of him with the caption of "A rare moment. 8th grader Steve Carlson has a book and paper for class." The Carlsons had weird food restrictions. They weren't allowed to drink milk except at dinner, and they couldn't have snacks without permission. Neighbors felt bad for Amy, and she would have worn out clothes with holes in them. They donated nice clothes to her, which got ruined in the laundry. The other moms gossiped about the happening and wondered if the mom had done it on purpose. Clothes with holes, and they were unkept. And if you thought you've heard the end of Creepy Carlson's antics, you are dead wrong. One day, Creepy Carlson followed Judy Provost home, pushed her to the ground, tried ripping her pants off, grabbed her boobs. Thankfully, her sister saw the attack as she was getting home, smacked him with her backpack, and he stopped. Sometime in 1984, Lisa Hall tagged along with her friend Amber Polma to visit Carlson's residence because Amber was dating Creepy Carlson's brother Richie. Creepy Carlson told Lisa that she was that he was going to sleep with her whether she liked it or not. Steve was an asshole. He called his quote-unquote friend Al Guzman a beaner. Steve started experimenting with drugs his freshman year at Foothill High. He started smoking weed and then got involved with crank, aka meth. During the investigation, immediately after the murder, police noticed that students were watching authorities work on the crime scene on the roof of Steve Carlson's house. A few weeks after the murder, he walked into Mr. Hicklin's woodshop class, and Mr. Hicklin asked him, "Did you kill Tina Faelz?" To which he responded, "Only God knows." Police interviewed Steve Carlson for the first time on Saturday, April 7, 1984, at the Pleasanton police station. Creepy Carlson told them that he was at school that day and was sent home because he was sick, aka drunk, and jocks had locked him in a dumpster. On Wednesday, April 11, 1984, detectives Fricoli and Salisbury interviewed Carlson for a second time. In January of 1986, police questioned Steve Carlson again, and this time he was in juvie. This real-life cucuy spent time at the Juvenile Justice Center in San Leandro, where he was, quote, taught by his fellow Aryan brothers to be a crazy, satanic white guy so that the black inmates wouldn't mess with him. During this interview, he told detectives that he had only joked about killing Tina at a party, but that it was not true. One of the students who last saw Tina alive once saw Steve Carlson at an A's game with his fellow juvenile inmates from the Alameda County Juvenile Detention Center. They had decided to take their inmates on a fun field trip. Drunken rumors at a party were not enough to arrest Creepy Carlson. He had an alibi as well. His buddy Todd Smith said that he was with him during the time of the murder. However, in 1988, Todd Smith applied for a job with the city of Pleasanton as a community services officer. He wanted to become a police officer. He was working at the Marina Plumbing, and they performed a background check on him. They requested a psych exam. He took a lie detector test, which he thought would be questions regarding the job. Instead, he was asked about the murder of Tina Faelz. His employer was spooked out about the line of questioning, and he was fired. He did not get that CSO job with the city. He didn't pursue a lawsuit with the city or his employer because his dad was a building inspector for the city of Pleasanton, and they were worried he might lose his job as well. Todd Smith would not speak to authorities about the Tina Faelz murder until 2011. As Creepy Carlson was running back home, he ran into his friend and classmate buddy, Todd Smith, and went to Todd's house before riding around town in their scooters.